Smokey. Maybe 37 minutes after. I don't want to chase. We don't want to chase our author away. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Bill Feingold Show, and right on time. This guest is right on time. Robert Blackman. Good morning.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Let me tell.
No, I was enjoying your Smoky rendition. It was great.
Oh, thank you. You should, and,
Absolutely.
If we play the Supremes, I become Diana Ross. I'm a triple threat.
That's
Here.
Okay, I'll be Mary Wilson. I have no problem with that.
We love Mary Wilson. She's been on the show, and
I'm actually originally from Detroit, so I grew up listening to all of that.
Oh well, already we love him. We love Robert Blackman already. And Robert Blackman, I read your book over the weekend. It's called "The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Wedding." And let me tell people...
Without losing your mind.
Without losing your mind. I left that out because most of our listeners have already lost theirs. Robert E. Blackman is a writer, reporter, and entertainment correspondent. You had hundreds of celebrity interviews. Oh, he sounds just like me. We have celebrities all the time. And you were an intern at Paramount Studios. You've been in front of the camera on the E! Channel and Extra. And you've seen everything Hollywood has to offer, and you're going to talk about it, aren't you?
Sure.
Okay, well, but first let's talk about your book, because I assume that because you were getting married and you're a gay groom, you didn't know what to do, so you wrote this book so this won't happen to Kevin and other people.
That is correct. That is correct. I was finding a lot of frustration, and I was actually surprised because at the time, I was moving and shaking in Hollywood, and I assumed that everything that I needed for the wedding and the preparation would be right at my fingertips. And I was sadly disappointed at the lack of stuff,
right?
Quite frankly, that was available. And so I started actually as an exercise. The book was never to be published.
Right.
As a writer, it was just sort of a journaling exercise.
Uh-huh.
And so I collected all of the data that I found, and mostly I was going to straight magazines, The Knot and Cosmo Bride and all these other things.
Yeah.
Sort of doing what, straight women do, sort of scrapbooking my stuff.
Right. Is there a difference in planning a gay wedding than a regular straight wedding?
So the answer is yes and no. The yes is that all of the ceremonial things are exactly the same. Gays want rice and flowers and everything else that come with a traditional wedding.
Right.
I think the issue comes in the dynamic. That is to say, usually in a straight wedding, there is a, pardon the expression, but there is a dom and a sub, meaning the bride, it's her way, period, and the groom shows up.
Right.
But in a gay wedding, you have two men or two women. And already drama is going to ensue because everybody is already going to be the bride.
Okay. Well, I guess. I don't know. I'm not.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah. I always thought at a gay wedding they want to use minute rice to get it over with quicker.
Well, no, are you kidding? We love to draw it out. There's all the drama. It's fantastic.
So, okay, so you and your groom, you had to sit down and plan the wedding together? No.
Eventually, yes. So my husband, my now husband, is from Canada.
Right.
And we actually got married at our home in Canada, where it's been legal for more than 10 years now.
Okay.
And so when we were planning it, he just kind of wanted very small, like his family and my local, my family, and that was that. Once I found out that we were actually able to do everything legally and everything, I just kind of got carried away.
Okay. So you're the one that got carried away?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And your groom went along with you?
He finally eventually got carried away, too.
Okay. Well, I guess in the excitement, you add more people, all of a sudden you add more flowers, you change the menu, right?
It becomes a very humbling experience because what you come away from, and what I hope all your listeners and all the readers of this book come away from it knowing is that what you start out thinking is actually probably different than what it turns out to be, meaning it becomes a true celebration of not only the two of you, but the commingling of all of your family and his family and your friends and his friends, and it becomes like this new global village.
Right.
And it's a really special. It really becomes special for everybody. So you want to take everybody's feelings into account when you're planning it.
You're very considerate. You're much nicer than the average person, especially than Kevin. Kevin's getting married in a year. He's not going to do anything. But the name of the book is...
Congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
The
I might do more after I read his book.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it for Kevin because I don't need this book right now. The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Wedding Without Losing Your Mind. What's nice about it, Robert Blackman, the author, is that you have lots of blank pages and pages that, you can write in the book. Like, it says planning your budget and do. So it's not just a book that you read. It's a book. It's like a notebook for your wedding.
Yes, that's exactly it. This is actually a workbook, and thank you for bringing that point up. The book is broken up into 3 sections. Each chapter has the basic perfunctory about whatever it is. If you're purchasing a cake or if you're getting a tuxedo or whatever that is. So the basic information is in the first part of the chapter. The second part of the chapter is entitled My Experience. And basically what you will come to find out throughout the book is that when I get to my experience, I say, okay, do as I say, not as I did. Because, it was sort of, I found out as I went along,
Right.
And so I actually give the reader what my process was. So they can take the real information, my experience, and then in the third part, there is a workbook or worksheets so that people can jot down things that they want to know. There are budget lists, just all kinds of things for each of the chapters. And the great part about this is it's the size of a tablet, so you can just put it in your messenger bag or in the glove box of your car. And when you actually are going to each of these appointments, you pull it out, take out your pen or pencil, and jot it down. That way you have everything in one place, and you're not dealing with all these sheets of paper and this and that.
No, it's a very helpful guide. It's really interesting. What was the biggest difference between you two guys? What'd you fight about the most?
Actually, what we fought about the most was the guest list. We thought it would have been flowers. I'm a huge flower person. I love fresh flowers all the time. He just sort of said, okay, happy wife, happy life, I'm going to leave it. And he just left me alone. But the guest list really became something that we discussed a lot about.
Right.
And it was difficult because we'd said, okay, we're going to have this many people. And it ended up being, 3 times the amount. And you have to, as partners, it's a very good exercise it's sort of like the rest of your life, you're always sort of negotiating.
Right.
And actually there is, on my webpage, there is actually a YouTube channel that I've created called the Gay Groom's Guide channel.
Okay.
And I do these 90-second clips about various wedding tips. And I actually do a wedding tip on how to plan the guest list in a very dynamic, succinct way so that everybody can be on the same page. I try to make it as easy as possible so that you can enjoy the experience.
And so this is on YouTube? So
yes,
people just
on
go
YouTube. It's called the Gay Groom's Guide channel.
Gay Groom's Guide channel. Okay.
Yes. And me, Robert the Gay Groom, I'm sort of if you took Martha Stewart, Carson Kressley, and B. Smith and sort of put them in a petri dish.
Right.
That's me.
Oh, well.
Oh, gosh.
And then you
I love
Paul Lynn, and then that's who you'll see on the Gay Groom's Guide channel.
Oh, great. I love B. Smith.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, B. Smith is fat. Carson Kressley, I'm not crazy about. Just saying, but that's me.
Yeah.
Kevin, who would you be?
Oh, God. I have no idea. Don't put me in the spot like that.
You're not more. He can't cook. He can't sew.
I can't
he can't
cook.
design. He does
I can
nothing.
do dishes.
He does dishes.
There you go.
Yeah.
You sound a little like B. Arthur, Kevin.
Yeah. I had to teach him who B. Arthur. Well, no, because of Golden
No,
Girls,
I knew who B. Arthur was. But no, a lot of people call me someone else. I can't think of her name all of a sudden. But anyway.
Robert Blackman, you're talking. This is a gay man that won't go to the theater. Won't go to see.
Oh, well.
I know. Yeah.
It's just not my thing. That's all. But I mean, I go to the theater with you, Bill, when you forced me.
I took him to see Fiddler on the Roof. He said it was cute. I mean, what can I do? I'm trying my best. We're talking with Robert Blackman. The name of his book is The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Wedding. And really, anybody that's planning a wedding can use this guide.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah,
absolutely. A lot of my straight girlfriends have found it very useful. They could not believe some of the tips that were in here because it really is a guide about marriage. It happens to be for gay men, in that usually gay men, never think they're going to be in that position to get married. And then there are a lot of things that as men, we usually aren't in charge of or would think about. But it becomes a very daunting task when you have a lot of pieces of the puzzle to put together. And so this guide really tries to cut through a lot of the red tape. And it's a very quick read. It's only 190 pages. I could have quadrupled it. In fact, through the 5 edits, it went down a lot because I didn't want people to get overwhelmed. I wanted to stick to just the core basics, and then you can just sort of add from there.
Okay. No, it's a terrific book, and it really is helpful. I was going to say, did the wedding go off the way you expected?
It did, actually. It went off exactly the way I expected because I did not have a wedding planner.
Right.
And it wasn't for anything more than I truly knew what I wanted, and I did not want to sort of be second guessing or hoping that somebody would understand what we wanted. So it was absolutely fantastic. All of our family was here, and it was really great because my dad was really, really ill at the time, and we weren't sure if he was going to be able to make the trip up to Canada. It was the best thing of my life because he passed 6 months after. Right. And I got his blessing, and that was like... Nice. No pun intended, but it was the icing on the cake. It was fantastic.
That's great. And so you're living happily ever after?
I'm living happily ever after. We've been married now 5.5 years. I have the most amazing stepdaughter who lives in Chicago, and she's in culinary school. And I mean, I live a very sort of boring Gay Green Acres life. I live on a farm in eastern Canada. It's
Kevin
different.
would have married you right away.
Yes.
Kevin,
sounds like what I want to do.
He grew up on a farm in Nebraska. Yeah.
Oh yes, no, it's fantastic. I mean, I love it. But you know, we still have a place in the valley in LA, so I get out there very often, and I cannot wait to come to Palm Springs. I'm going to be at Palm Springs Pride, everybody. I cannot wait.
Oh, you're going to come out this weekend? Okay.
Yes, I will be. My booth is A12. I'm actually on. I think I'm on the street where all the clubs are.
Arenas? You're on Arenas then.
Yeah, you probably are.
I'm on Arenas. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to come say hello to you because, this week is Gay Pride. This festival is going to be unbelievable. It's the whole city this time.
I cannot wait. Yes, I'm doing a book signing, so everybody come and see me.
Yes, come and see Robert Blackman.
I'm going to have a photo booth. So come in and have a free picture taken. I'll be doing book signings. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, well, I'm going to come and say hello to you on Saturday, and I look forward to meeting you. And so, thank goodness you're not writing the Gay Groom's Guide to Divorce. That's not
No. This is the first in a series of about 5 books, but there is no divorce. My husband, who's a retired farmer, I was able to wrangle him in because if you look at the back of the
book, the cake,
bill,
yes.
We are already sort of prompting the next book. The next book is The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Honeymoon or Holiday.
Very
nice. We're actually showing people about travel because everybody travels.
Right.
But my husband, he really is a connoisseur on travel. Like he could pitch a tent out in the desert and look at stars. I need a Hilton. Like I'm not that person.
Robert Blackman, I think you and I should have gotten married. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it's not beachfront, then you're suffering. I mean,
that's right. That's right. So we're actually writing that book about because we travel a lot. Like we're on the road or in a plane at least every 6 weeks, and so we actually just got back from Eastern Turkey, and it was a blast. So
great.
So I look forward to sharing that next book with you as well.
So Turkey was not like Midnight Express, which kept everybody out of Turkey for many.
No,
Kevin, that was a movie. Midnight Express was a movie.
Thank you. Yeah. I wasn't really sure.
All right, well, Robert Blackman, we're all going to come see you. You're at booth A12 this weekend for the Gay Pride weekend, and the name of your book is The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Wedding Without Losing Your Mind.
Without losing your mind.
And Kevin has
and thank you for that.
To all your listeners, please check out the YouTube channel, the Gay Groom's Guide channel, and like me on Facebook or tweet me at Gay Groom Robert. One of the things that was the most difficult that I'd like to share was finding those resources. I've actually put on my website, thegaygroomsguide.com, and you have to put the in the front, thegaygroomsguide.com. There is a place for wedding resources. If any of your listeners are vendors or they have a product or information about gay weddings or anything, please email it to me, and I will put it on the resources page so that everybody can have use of that shared information, because it's really important for us to help each other.
Okay, Robert
Awesome.
Blackman, and Palm Springs is one big gay wedding. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you this weekend. The Gay Groom's Guide to Planning Your Perfect Wedding.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you,
too.
Robert.